Blood of Elves. This is the first book in the Witcher series. Yeah, book one. So this is 398 pages long with 7 chapters. The chapters were really long, which I didn't like as much, but it's just a personal preference. I like the shorter chapters, kind of give you checkpoints, I guess, that you can stop at. So either way, I ended up watching the first season of the Netflix series before reading this book, and that takes place prior to this trilogy. There's The Last Wish and The Sword of Destiny, I believe, are before this. So this takes place with Geralt training Ciri already at Keir Morgan. So she's training to become a Witcher. And to me, that was really cool, seeing the ins and outs, kind of learning the little secrets. So Ciri can totally kick butt with the sword and any other type of hand-to-hand combat weapon. So very neat. The opening scene I kind of struggled with a little bit. It opens with Dandelion the Bard. He is singing a ballad about Yennefer and Ciri and Geralt and all that, but there's a lot of characters that are part of the audience that we don't even hear from or see again. So I kind of, after 6 or 7 introductions, you kind of have to just power through that first chapter. But reflecting back onto it, that really set the scene, right? Like, we didn't really know that it was medieval and that this is kind of like a storytelling kind of thing. The bard is playing the song for the crowd, that kind of thing. So it really set the scene, but like, I thought I had to pay attention to all those characters. Turns out I didn't. So first chapter took a little bit, but once I got into it, this book is like really hard to put down. So great read. Ciri ends up going to the same school that Geralt goes to after the Witcher training. So not only can she kick butt, she's super smart. And then Yennefer shows up and starts training Ciri as a sorceress. So that was like super crazy interesting that she's got, super strength, super speed, super smarts, and now like superpowers pretty much. Like, she is just like I don't know, like a superhero pretty much. And towards the end, they hit the trail, they being Yennefer and Ciri. And really, like, that was how it, they kind of got your hooks in the next book. Like, let's go, let's read about it, let's get into the next one. So hard to put down, really wanted to keep going, keep rolling with it. And it really kind of set the tone for the series, right? There's like a pecking order. You've got the kings, and then they supposedly have sorcerers and enchantresses for each office, and they are supposed to be either equals or subservient to the kings, kind of like advisors. But the sorcerers kind of like think they're in charge and kind of want to keep the kings in check. So they're almost like equals. And then you've got the knights, who are, part of each kingdom. And then there's pretty much just everyone else. And the humans look down on non-human races, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, that kind of thing. So there was just kind of like a hierarchy. And this book really set the tone, did a really good job. And even along the trail beforehand, when it's just Geralt and Ciri, they run into the elven ruins, and they talk about, how the humans attacked the elves and the elves attacked the humans and all that stuff. Really set the scene for the whole series. But my favorite part was really just Ciri interacting with the dwarves. They meet on the trail, and she kind of learns about the world outside of, her two mentors, Geralt and Yennefer. Like, she learns from another perspective, and I really liked that. She did the character had a lot of fun interacting with the dwarves, and I enjoyed that part too. So book 1 of the trilogy, and it was awesome. So looking forward to reading the next 2. As always, buy your books used if you can.